Hello students, once again welcome to Bholanath Academy. In this video students, we are going to see organic compound containing aldehyde, ketone and carboxylic acids. So students, in board examination, most of the questions are coming from this chapter, that is aldehyde, ketones and carboxylic acid. Students, if you want to study these molecules, aldehyde, ketone and carboxylic acid, here students, basic skeleton which are present in aldehyde, ketone and carboxylic acid is carbonyl group. So first students, you should understand what is carbonyl. Carbo and ONY, that is nil. Carbonyl. Carbon and oxygen group we call as carbonyl group. The students, the organic compound. What is carbonyl group? The organic compounds, we are talking about only the organic compounds containing carbon, oxygen, double bond. Between carbon and oxygen there should be double bond. If a organic compound, in organic compound, if you have carbon and oxygen double bond, then these all organic compounds now will come in category carbonyl group. Understanding students? So students, when carbon and oxygen having double bond which are present in organic compounds, so that group inside the organic compound, the group carbon and oxygen containing double bond is called as carbonyl group. If there is a carbonyl group present in the organic compound, the chemistry that we are going to study, that is called as carbonyl chemistry, that is also called as carbonyl chemistry. Okay students, so here students, how they are now students, you know, this is the basics in carbon. Here the carbon is very important students. Carbon atomic number 6, electronic configuration students 2 and 4. When you are talking about oxygen students, atomic number is 8, electronic configuration 2, 6. Okay students, so outermost here students 4 electrons are present, here 6 electron. If oxygen want to become, the oxygen will always into minus instead by taking 2 electron. Okay students, so oxygen 2 minus will be stable. And okay students, now what happens students, in carbon is what? Tetravalent students. Carbon is tetravalent. 2 valency is like this, and other these 2 valencies occupied by oxygen. Okay students, so this is this group carbon oxygen containing double bond in organic compound, this is called as carbonyl group. Carbon oxygen double bond is called as carbonyl group. Now here students, this in carbonyl group students, this is called as carbonyl oxygen, this is also called as carbonyl oxygen. Now the name will be carbonyl oxygen, and this carbon is called as, this is carbonyl oxygen, and this is called as carbonyl. In carbonyl group students, you have oxygen and carbon, so this is carbonyl carbon. Okay students, since students oxygen is what, having more electrons, so this will be always carry partial negative charge, and carbon will be positive charge, partial positive charge. Understanding students? So in carbonyl group students, carbonyl oxygen is always negative charge, and carbonyl carbon will be partial positive charge. Understanding students? The electron cloud is more present at the oxygen side, and here there is a less electron cloud at carbon students. That is why this carbon is always partial positive charge. Understanding students? On the basis of these students, they are going to form electrophilic and nucleophilic reaction. Understanding students? So this is very important students, because of this charge, this carbonyl group is very reactive students. So that group, that is why this group is very important. Which carbonyl group we called as aldehyde type of carbonyl group students. Now I have already told students, carbon and oxygen there is a double bond. Okay students, so what happens students, out of these 2 valency, 2 valencies occupied by this oxygen, and carbon is always tetravalent. Now if these 2 valency, one valency is occupied by alkyl group, other valency by hydrogen, so this whole group now, carbon, oxygen, hydrogen, is called as aldehyde carbonyl group. Instead of alkyl students, it may be aryl. Okay students, so here students, this is also called as aldehydic carbonyl group. Okay students, so this carbon oxygen, in short students, we call as RCHO. This is aromatic, so we call as ARCHO. Understanding students? Mostly they are present at the terminal of the organic compound. So students, when you see the molecule students, they are always present at the tip of the molecule. Now aldehydic carbonyl group. So students, so if it is one valency, out of these 2 valency, one valency by hydrogen, see this hydrogen is very important, because of these students we call as aldehydic carbonyl group. One valency by alkyl or aryl, this is alkyl and this is aryl. So one valency may be alkyl, other may be aryl, but here hydrogen, one second valency should be fixed, that is hydrogen. If it is hydrogen, then only you can say This is what aldehydic carbonyl group. So this is the carbonyl students. If one valency by hydrogen, it is called as aldehydic carbonyl group. So this is very important students. Aldehydic carbonyl group in organic compound. This is very very important. Now students, which carbonyl group we call as ketonic carbonyl group students? So carbonyl group is also classified in ketonic. Here again students, this is the carbonyl students, carbon oxygen, there is double bond. Out of these two valency students, if other two valencies occupied by alkyl group, here also alkyl group. See here students, hydrogen is not there, only the alkyl group. Or you can say this is the carbon oxygen double bond, this is carbonyl group. If this carbonyl group is containing, it may be containing aryl group also. One may be aryl, other may be alkyl. Okay students, or both the valency is occupied by aryl group. Again this type of group we call as ketonic carbonyl group. Understanding students? So both the valency occupied by aryl or alkyl group, that is called as ketonic carbonyl. Now your carbonyl group is classified here students depending upon these two valency. Out of 4 valency, 2 valencies already occupied in carbonyl, and 2 valencies if it is occupied by alkyl or aryl, so this is called as ketonic carbonyl group. It may be present in between the molecule of the organic compound. It is always present in between the molecule. Understanding students? So we call as this carbonyl group we call as ketonic carbonyl group. Understanding students? Very important. When the carbonyl group is called as carboxylic carbonyl group students. So here students, you have carbon oxygen double bond. This is carbonyl. Okay students, out of 4 valency, 2 valencies occupied by oxygen, other 2 valency. Now students, if one valency may be alkyl, other by hydroxyl group. So this is called as, because of this here, this is the characteristic students, we called as, this is also represented by RCOOH. So this is carboxylic carbonyl group. Understanding students? So we call as carboxylic group, or you can say carboxylic carbonyl group. Understanding students? So this is your carbonyl group students. Out of 2 valency, 1 valency by hydroxyl, here the hydroxyl is very important students, and other by alkyl group. So this type of organic carbonyl group we call as carboxylic group. This is also called as carboxylic group. Understanding students? So this is the carboxylic group students. So students, it may be, instead of alkyl students, it may be aryl also. So one valency will always present by hydroxyl, other may be aromatic. So aryl, out of these 2 valency students, one valency should always present hydroxyl. Okay students? So this is very important students. So this type of carbonyl, this type of carbonyl, out of 2 valency, 1 valency by aryl or aryl. So this type of carbonyl group we call as carboxylic group, or you can say carboxyl. This is also called as what? Carboxyl. Carbon and there is oxygen. Hydroxyl we call as carboxylic. Understanding? Because of this, your NYL is replaced by OXYL. Only carbon and oxygen we call as carbonyl, but if it is present hydroxyl, one of the valency of carbonyl is if there is a substituted by hydroxyl group, we call as carboxyl. We call as carboxyl group. This is very important students. The classification of aldehydes, ketones and carboxylic acids. Okay students, in organic compound there is a very large number of molecules which are containing aldehydes. They may be ketones and carboxylic acids. Now students, first we are going to classify the aldehyde, classification of aldehyde. Now students, depending upon aryl and alkyl group, aldehydes are classified in 2 categories, that is aliphatic aldehydes. Okay students, so students, first we will see the aliphatic aldehydes. So students, this is the aldehyde group. Out of these 2 valency, if one valency is always, there will be hydrogen. If second valency you are replacing by alkyl, this is called an aliphatic aldehydes. Because of this aliphatic group students, we call this aldehyde. This aldehyde we call as aliphatic aldehyde. Example students, you can see. So this is the carbonyl. One valency should always occupied by hydrogen, other valency may vary. Suppose I am representing by methyl group. So this is called as acetaldehyde. Is the example of aliphatic aldehyde, acetaldehyde. Okay students, you can represent this compound like this also. CH3 will be as it is, and this we call as CH3CHO. Okay students, this is acetaldehyde. Same way students, instead of methyl you can replace by C2H5, that is ethyl. So this is total 4 carbon we call as propanaldehyde. Okay students, so all are this ethyl, this is what methyl, all are aliphatic, that is they are containing alkyl group. This is also alkyl. This is also alkyl and this is also alkyl. Okay students, so R stands for what? Alkyl. If aldehyde containing alkyl group we call as aliphatic aldehydes. Aromatic aldehyde students. Now here students, carbonyl students. This is the carbonyl. Carbonyl is always, you have to represent carbon oxygen double bond. Out of these two valency, one valency by hydrogen. If other valency is replaced by aryl group, so this type of compound is called as aromatic aldehydes. So this is aldehyde, but by observing this valency, it is occupied by aromatic ring, so we call as aromatic aldehyde. So this type of aldehyde will gives you aroma. Say for example students, you can see the example carbonyl. This is aldehyde students. Here maybe it may be attached by benzene ring. So this is the benzene ring students. So this is called as benzaldehyde because this is occupied by, instead of aryl I have taken benzene, so this is called as benzaldehyde. So this is the one more example students. This is the aldehyde group. If other valencies, if you are replacing by, see other, this is also aldehyde, but here this valency is replaced by this group, so this is called as salicylaldehyde. So these are the example students I have shown. These are the coming in aromatic aldehyde. Classification of ketones. Now there is the two types of ketones students, aliphatic ketones. In aliphatic ketones and aromatic ketones, first we will see the aliphatic ketones. In aliphatic ketones students, because ketone is present in between the molecule, okay students, if these two valency having similar group, so this type of, if they are containing, because this is aliphatic ketones, in aliphatic ketones it is classified simple or symmetrical aliphatic ketones or mixed and unsymmetrical aliphatic ketones. So because we are talking about only aliphatic, so we will talk about the aryl group, alkyl group students, sorry, this is alkyl group. Here also if you have alkyl group, so this is called as aliphatic ketones. Okay students, this is the symmetrical ketones. Now students, we will see mixed aliphatic ketones, mixed and unsymmetrical aliphatic ketones students. We can see the example also students. You can see the example students. Here students, carbonyl, these two valencies replaced by methyl, this is also by methyl. So this is the example of acetone. Acetone will come in simple aliphatic ketone. It is a simple aliphatic ketone. Now mixed unsymmetrical ketone students, carbonyl group students, if other valency by methyl and second valency you are replacing by ethyl, so this is called as ethyl methyl ketones. This is ethyl and this is methyl, so we call as ethyl is coming first, then methyl, and this is ketone group, so ethyl methyl ketone. Okay students, so here in general you can say students, carbonyl group, other valency by alkyl, other may be R dash. Understanding that is different. Here there is a similar group, so we call as simple symmetrical ketones, aliphatic. All are aliphatic only we are talking about students. Here also if one is aliphatic, other will be another aliphatic, so we call as mixed unsymmetrical ketones. Aromatic ketone also students, first you understand these two valency, because here we are showing with AR the aromatic ring, aromatic ketones. Here there should be aromatic. Now if both the valencies occupied by aromatic, we call as simple aromatic ketones. If students, one valency by aromatic, other by aliphatic, so it is what? Unsymmetrical ketones, unsymmetrical aromatic ketones. These are the example students. You can see the example students. This is the, here students, both the valency if it is occupied by benzene ring. So this is the example students, benzophenone. This is called as benzophenone. So ON stand in for ketone students. So here two valencies, so we call as benzophenone. It is coming in symmetrical ketones. Unsymmetrical aromatic ketone students, we can give the example students. Here the two valency, one valency by aromatic and other valency by aliphatic, that is methyl. So this is the example of acetophenone. This is the example of acetophenone. Okay students, so benzophenone will come in simple aromatic ketones and acetophenone will come in mixed aromatic ketones. See the classification of carboxylic acid. So students, here the carboxylic acid is also classified in two categories. So carbonyl students, carbonyl group, if one valency by alkyl and other valency by hydroxyl. So classification of carboxylic acid is classified in two categories. Aliphatic, if it is containing alkyl group, this is the alkyl group students. So this type of acid, this type of carboxylic acid, this is the carboxylic group students. So this type of carboxylic acid will come in aliphatic, we call as aliphatic carboxylic acid. You can see the example students. Instead of, see, this is the carboxylic acid group students. Here this other valency I am showing with methyl. So this is the very important compound students, we call as acetic acid. This is the coming in aliphatic carboxylic acid. Now students, aromatic carboxylic acid, acid which gives aroma students, that means it is containing aromatic group. So this is, students, out of 2 valency, 1 valency will be always there will be hydroxyl group. Now if this valency is occupied by aromatic ring, example, students, so students, this is the valency. If I am replacing this valency by benzene, so this is called as benzoic acid. Because of benzene, which is aromatic, students, benzene will come in aromatic, so this is called as benzoic acid. So benzoic acid is very important aromatic carboxylic acid, students. So same way, students, you have phthalic acid, you have acetyl salicylic acid, so many examples you have. These are the simple example I am showing you, students. So these are very important for the examination point of view. Like my video, please share it, subscribe it. Thank you very much. Have a nice day. God bless you.